Vous savez, dans la vie, il y a des hauts, il y a des bas. Il y a certaines choses qu'on contrôle et d'autres pas. En tant qu'artiste, nous sommes nombreux à avoir été affectés par la crise récente qui a secoué le monde. Cependant, je pense que c'est dans ces moments difficiles qu'il est important de se recentrer et de trouver de nouvelles sources d'inspiration. This too shall pass. Stay safe.
Yay! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, watching from wherever you are, whether you are in the living room, the toilet, bathroom, shower, kitchen, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me. Yes, I am TD Jokes and I am single. Yeah, I'm very single. I've been single for 3 years now. I know, it's been a very long time, but unbeknownst to you, it's been a very quiet and peaceful time. It's been very quiet and peaceful 3 years of my life. No, baby, we need to talk. And no, first of all, 2 words you don't want to hear a woman say. 2 dangerous words a woman would say to you is we need to talk and first of all. When she says we need to talk, it could either be 2 things. It could either be she has caught you cheating, and so we need to talk, or it could either be she is pregnant with another man's baby. It could be anything. It could be anything. You don't want to hear a woman say that. Yeah, and also, we are going through a lot of stress, not just as a country this time, but as the whole world with the lockdown. The past couple of months have been very stressful and emotional. And we have manifested our emotions in different ways. We have expressed how emotional we are in different ways. And one of the ways that we have expressed our emotions is through farting, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there's been a lot of farting that has been taking place during this season of this pandemic. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hear me well. There's nothing wrong with that. It's natural. It's natural. Farting is like having sex. It's natural, but it should be done in private. It's not something that you should do in public. But if you happen to do it in public, if you happen to fart in public spaces, in places like on national TV, don't apologize. No, don't apologize. Because here's the thing about farting that you probably don't know is that xa usuzile, abantu they give you the benefit of the doubt that no, did he do it? I don't think he did it. No, because for some reason we don't associate farting with a decent person. If a homeless guy farts or udlula mhlambi ke ecam komntu wo homeless and then uvuba kuyanuka, it's easily, you can easily suspect that that guy is suzile, But a decent person like a minister, it's difficult to associate ukusuza with a minister. A decent person like Beyonce, you wouldn't think of Beyonce as someone onosuza. I mean she's beautiful. And even if Beyonce akasuza, you would still deny on her behalf. But Beyonce even if Beyonce you would fart on stage performing, and you are watching, performing probably a song, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, she farts twice, you would still deny it and say, maybe it's one of the band members, not Beyonce. For some reason, we don't associate farting with a decent person. There's an unwritten rule about farting. When you fart, don't apologize. And there's one guy who got this right. I don't remember which season was it of Idols, but Gareth Cliff got this right because there's a woman who went in there to audition. And as she went into the audition room and stood in front of the judges, and as she was telling them, "Bana uzocula ephi ingoma," she farted. And I remember seeing Gareth Cliff looking away with a puzzled face, and she apologized. Biggest mistake. She apologized. I said, "I'm sorry, I'm nervous." You know, when you have just farted, you make that face in entloni, shameful face. "I'm sorry." She apologized, and Gareth said to her, "Don't apologize. We all fart when we're nervous." Oh, that is powerful. That sounds something like you would put in the Bible. Don't apologize. We all fart when we're nervous. And she didn't understand that. And our parents understand it. Abazali bethu, they understand that. Akekho umzali othi xa esuzileyo avume ba usuzile. I remember my mom, when I was still a kid, I think I was 6 years old, I was in her room with her, and she farted. I remember how awkward it was, because I had never imagined my mom uba angaze asuze. And there I was as a kid. I just heard a sound that comes from her. But in the midst of that, I still gave her the benefit of the doubt that no, it can't be. I don't think she did it. Did she do it? No. But thankfully to her, she took me out of that misery, because she looked at me and said, "I Thembi Nkosi, ngathi yintoni mama, wathi usuzela ntoni?" And right there, ladies and gentlemen, I believed it. I was like, "No man, yeah, ndim orongo up, ndim osuzileyo up, ndim osuzileyo." Because of that unwritten rule, never apologize when you have farted in public. And as kids, we also understood this, because as kids growing up, we peek at kuchomi zakho. Akekho umuntu who wanted to be associated with farting. You would fart, udlala nechomi zakho, uyipike, ume ngenyawo ayikho ndithethayo. But you uyipike, and I choose omnye, though you know bana nguwe osuzileyo. And so, as kids, we invented a game that would investigate ubana ngubani osuzileyo. And the name of the game was ngubani osuzileyo. So we would lose our minds, because we are about to catch the Suzes. We are about to catch the real farter right now. For some reason, we believed in that game. We had confidence in that game. Ubana by the end of that game, sizawuyazi uba ngubani osuzileyo. And so we would gather around, and then the game begins. Ngubani osuzileyo, ngunomsuzwana. Usuze ntoni, igqabi letswele. Kanimhlekeni, aha ha ha. Kanimphindeni, aha ha ha. Okokugqibela, aha ha ha. And then in the middle of the game, kube kumakhulu whispering. She whispers in our ears, and then the game continues. Uthi umakhulu mayingabi ngulo. And the relief on that guy when the finger points at him. Mayibe ngulo. Everybody goes crazy. Yeah, nguwe. And then that guy naye pampa. Hi. How come men should come close? And then we have to carry on when do come close. Come close, boo, amen. Yeah, he goes crazy. Hi. Oh, amen. 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 And that game would solve the problem. Whoever uni aphele khona, that is the one ongunomsuzwana. So it's that unwritten rule. And I think Jesus understood it as well, because when I read the Bible, there's a story that is being told there of this woman who had a problem. She had an issue of blood for 12 years. And she heard ubana Jesus was going to pass by. And he was followed by a lot of people. So there was no way she could go to him and ask for help. So she decided, you know what? And then if nje ndingabamba umqukumbelo wengubo yakhe, I know ndizaba grand. And so she did that. And so wayubamba umqukumbelo wengubo yakhe. And now we are told there that uYesu wava kuphuma amandla kuye. And he turned around and asked, "Who touched me?" And everybody was confused. But how could you ask because everybody here is touching you. And of course, the Bible will tell the story that way, but in my mind, I'm like, no, man. I think yes wasuza up. But ke iBhayibhile funeka ibeke ngesidima. You know, uyahlonipha, you know. I think after uyeso banjwe ngulomntana lona umqukumbelo wengubo yakhe, then lento kuthiwa ngabandla aphuma kuyi, like wasuza, uyabo, wasuza, and then because he understands that rule, akanokwazi uxolisa. And akanokwazi ujambisa ubana nguye osuzileyo. So waguquka wathi mbani osuzileyo. All right, this is going to get me in trouble with the pastors. But yeah, man, we're going through this. I'm scared. I'm scared. Relationships are scary for me. As much as I'm single, I am thinking about giving it a try again, but it's scary, man. It's scary. And one of the reasons why they're so eager to enter into a relationship is because I don't want to end up with a woman on a sinus. That's one of the things in Zoikayo is that if I decide to give love another chance, I end up with somebody on the sinus, and then I end up marrying this person, and then Dibe Nonkoskazi on the sinus. And here's the reason why. Here's the reason why this scares me is because, you know, I don't want to wake up every morning in I'm not knowing whether the same chatway or I'm in a construction site, because every morning there is in choice. I don't want that confusion in my life. I don't want that confusion in my life. The second reason why this scares me is because I know that I'm going to have sex with my woman. And so, that, you know, whilst we're having sex and having a great time, and whilst we're enjoying ourselves, you know, in the bedroom of love, and point whereby I'm reaching the point of glory. And you know that point where now you are enjoying, even if you know that point. Yes, that's the point I'm talking about. I reached that point, and whilst I'm in that point, and in Yaziv Banangoku sends our figure up a ben kon, and then my woman just looks at Kaleni and goes, I know. No, I would feel disrespected. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of ending up with a woman on the sinus, and in the morning, I have to endure lom to nam ati hundanda. Bekumati pesolo. Bekumati pesolo is enjoying dana. Those are the things that I think about that scare the hell out of me. But hey, it's all good. It's all good, man. One of the relationships, I look at relationships, and one of the relationships that I find very intriguing is if you go as Lalini, Ilalizam Sendevan, and I've got cousin brothers in Devan, Abatalagnam. And so, this other day, man, you know how they lie, because as Lalini, they are very in touch with tradition. And everything as Lalini Mosid, I'm get traditions. And you will be surprised, but it even comes into their relationships. Even the Sektoken Kwabo, Makoka gets into as traditional. Now, cousin brother Wam, this weekend, Ufake in Dombazan. He has his girlfriend, Necheriake, but now Ufake in Dombazan. In front of me, he calls a girlfriend yake because he has bana ingafika na nina payan. So he calls the girlfriend yake, hey baby, jongaman, awuzukwazi ukuza apha kule weekend. Yabuza kola cala, hayibo ngoba kutheni baby? Hayi man, siphume meeting ye family ngoku. Otata bebeye emntwini. Babuya nengxelo ethi izinyanya ziqombile. So awuzukwazi ke baby kuthiwa basingavumeli umuntu wonke ngowe family bana abelapha eyadini yasekhaya ngenxa yezinyanya eziqombeleyo. Oh nyane baby, yo hayi ke ndiyayazi ke into yoqunjula zizinyanya ndiyazi lapha kum akho ngxaki mntwami. So sike sibonane ke kule veki zayo. Sure. So cousin brother wam uGrand uzahlala nomntana wakhe amfakileyo for the whole weekend. It's on Friday. Saturday, girlfriend your phone. Hey, girlfriend your phone, ya pendula, cousin brother wam. Baby, hi, Sam. Jogasun Kalaka will be a vibe because I can do ngoku. jonga ndiye emntwini vele emntwini ngoku uthi umntu akho zinyanga ndawo apho eziqumbileyo qha wena ufake umntu apho ndiyeza ngoku. So that is the relationships sasezilalini. But what is happening in the whole world right now is devastating. Because I know right now with the recent death of George Floyd and all the protests that are happening in America about Black Lives Matter, and it's good to see even our South African people, us as Africans and South Africans, supporting what is happening there. But I do want to highlight, Bana, it's not like as much as, yes, Black Lives Matter, we are supporting that. Racism is wrong, we are all facing racism. But we have bigger problems as well. You think about the racism, we have bigger problems, like it threats Zamazul. We have bigger problems in South Africa, like ukungavani kwamaZulu namaXhosa, abavani amaZulu namaXhosa. Firstly, let me start with the threats Zamazulu. You think racism is bad? It threats Zamazulu. A Zulu guy would be angry with you, but still tell you about alcohol. That threat, only a Zulu person can say that. Try to say that as a Xhosa guy. Try to do that. You wouldn't take that guy seriously. You wouldn't. A Zulu guy would confuse you. Same thing, but it would confuse you. So, Amazulu namaXhosa awavani, and I have an experience about this. I was staying in Johannesburg, and sometimes, weekends, I would go home, King Williamstown, and go back to Joburg. And so I remember this other time, I'll go to Gile for a weekend, and then went back to Ejozi on a Sunday, Gebasi, so obviously arrives Monday morning. My Zulu friend, Ustembiso, he sees me around about 12 or 1 Emeni that day. Oh, TD, usukon? Yeah, no, usukhona. Oh, ufike nini? Didn't figure kusasa. He was so confused. What he kusasa? Ufike njani kusasa? And this is something that we would argue about. Ufike njani kusasa? Did no ufike kusasa? What do you mean, man? Ufike njani kusasa? Didn't ufike kusasa namhlanje? Athi hayi man. Because in Zulu, kusasa is tomorrow. And then this other time, I went home over the weekend, and then I came back again. And so he wanted me to tell him when I arrive, Ustembis. And so he sends me a message and says, Ungitshela umusuza. And I look at this message. Oh, ungitshela umusuza. I'm thinking, why would this guy want me to tell him when I'm farting? Ungitshela umusuza. And so I ignored the message. And I oya, and then I arrived. The figure, Ustembise khona. And usuzile. In other words, he was asking me, so have I arrived or ndizile? But translating that to Xhosa, it means something else. So she is asking me, usuzile. I went out of my mind. I said, in fact, we can solve this. Kubani usuzile, kunomsuzwan, usuzentoni, igabuletswele, basimhlekeni, ha. Basimphindeni, ha. Okokugqibela, ha. Uthi umakhulu, mayingabi ngulo, mayibe ngulo. Amen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Molweni sanibona nonke. Yes, igama lami nguTshepiso Nzayo. Hey, ndiyathanda uzintroduce as if banizawuplita yong, but igama lami nguTshepiso. Like, guys, kukho ingoma endiyithandayo kaBhutiringo ethi Buyisa. Like, ndiyithandela one thing la ngoma, is simple, straight to the point. Buyisa. Like, I love that song, bruh. I remember ndihambe mall, ndidibana nesidala sam. sihamba nalomjida wantyelayo lo kwakuthiwe baby sibane worry he's just a friend and enxibe ihood awayithatha endlini lamntana like andingomuntu ebitha xa irelationship iphelile but azange nikwazi uzinceda I unleashed the ringo in me ba buyisa ihudi yami usidala buyisa azange anike. I'm like yes sis but it's fine like I'm single now and ndiyazicapukela power couples like hey andizithanda power couples ziyadika but zisenza ibe ngathi awukwazi ujola like power couples andiyazi noba bathandana manyanyani okanye they just doing it for onco bethu kunye no abantu bethu because xa uyi-power couple i-relationship yakho iphuma ne-photographer. I'm like yes I'm not a hater I was once a power couple I've been there done that ndisadelete pictures ku-Facebook yes yeah ndisadelete nangoku because ndansiya kwi-picnic no-baby sundowners kube mnandi bona eza photoshoot nifote ningqengqe ngesisu bone denim and white his and hers nifote nizimele ngemithi nizimelana phaa yayindim no-baby sisenza lani but it's fine it's over now like ndayixolela loo nto leyo it's over and ndingumntu xa i-relationship iphelile ndiyalahleka andingaba bantu bafostayo xa i-relationship iphelile ubone utsala i-handbrake kwisijolo no because ii-feelings ziyaphela like ziyaphela nyani ii-feelings njengebisiki Weet-Bix ziphele vuthi ii-feelings unga-understandi uzibone sewuthumela ne-SMS ba lithi olady nqabile but it's fine iyenzeka lo way nyani nam ndayenza ba hey lithi olady nqabile but I think ndi-ready for ujola ngoku but hey ndiyoyika ujola but before ndifuna ujola nje ngaske ndifumane i-relationship ndingafumani isijolo because there's a difference between i-relationship nesijolo ku-relationship uvuswa nge-SMS ba hey baby good morning how we gonna have a good day I love you that's relationship kwisijolo uthetha wedwa kuthiwa nam qha kwisijolo ndiyakuthanda nam ndiyakukhumbula nam ayikho enye into and kwisijolo kufuneke kuthethe i-owner ye-relationship sisijolo hey kunzima esijolweni ndifuna udata ngoku because xa usingle iba ngathi abantu bayakubona. I remember this other time ndise-Bay West Mall ndiyazwokela phayana minding my own business fake i-earphones ndizimamele ndithe chu kamnandi ndibona i-security khomba kum ba ndithi sure man ngathi uyabizwa phaa ndiye kule couple bahle babambene izandla xa ndifika ndibona umjita baye kuse yayithandabuza le way man ba hey I'm not part of this mfethu but i-idea ka-May sister athi la May sister sorry bhuti uhamba yedwa sicela usifote ekuse ndamjonga emehlweni ndaqhwanyaza noqhwanyaza la May sister ndathi SOZETUMNA soze tumna ndaphuma ndahamba ndiqomba hey man yanigezela lo May sister mosi noni ngoku it's fine so that's why ndifuna uphinda ndithandane ngoku because ndibaleke ezaweni but ndiyoyika uthandana. What if ndizawuthandana nomuntu othengisa uHerbalife okanye umuntu otradeayo kwa-Forex uthi usafumana i-SMS kusasa ucimbe ngu-good morning baby kanti are you tired of one income? Do you want to have more money? Ask me how. Because hey zinzima ziyasokolisa ezaweni. That's why ndisoyeka but ndiyafuna uphinda ndithandane shem because kumnandi ukuthandana bra kumnandi ubone because ndiyasikhumbula isidala sami ngoku the way ndisikhumbula ngakhona isidala sami. Remember this one time ndiseteksini taxi yahamba kukhala ingoma yami ne-ex hey zavela zazihleli inyembezi wanirhweca lo mama lapha emntwanami ba mntanami right ndithi hayi ndi-right mama qha ndingumuntu wamehlo nxiba ngazi-specs because talking about izidala you know i-levels zezidala ziyashiyana like ziyashiyana we have 3 levels zezidala kukho esasidala ungafuna abantu bayazi ba wawujola naso naxa umbona utshintsha indlela qonda uba yekusele we yintoni ngoku and then kubekho esasidala ni-grand nje nishapha zange naqabana navela nje into yenu ubone bahamana isipandle wemfethu so masiyeke yabone ni-grand nje and then kubekho esasidala sokugqibela esifuna abantu bayazi ba ekuse yeah anijolana ubaxelela noba ubuza ababuzanga abantu usene pictures zakhe usene messages zithi bras ihleli nje ba ekuse hey grand ndanijolanayo la way esasidala yeza grand but it's good man it's good like bona indaba yesijolo simnandi isijolo but isijolo ngamanye amaxesha si brutal. Remember after ndibalekela couple yayifuna ndifode eBay West xa ndiphuma kwi-parking lot kukho iGrootman ihlele emotweni uyabona ba hey kunzima kwiGrootman. Grootman inendawo ezinkwanjayo ezililayo imamele uno woman no cry. Grootman geza Grootman zithanda abantwana abancinci uzibonayo ba zithanda ukhupha igenge ziye nayo etywaleni ziphinde zifike etywaleni zixakwe igenge le xa uyijongile uyibone ba ibhalwe i-bad life decisions kunye ne-regrets zezadabi zaGrootman hlele emotweni yayo mamele uno woman no cry qomba yane bayifumene le umbona umuntu uqonda ba ngaske ndiye kuye ndinqonqoze pha efestireni ndithi Grootman awalunganga amantombazana isijolo esimbambile uGrootman nyanyani qomba yaya kunzima ngoku because hey isijolo sinzima bras isijolo sinzima and one thing endikayo very mna just because I'm a comedian amajita acimba ndiwafumana mlola amantombazana no ayikho njalo bras hey ndiyasokola kuthiwa but how come bra because amantombazana athi no I love men with a sense of humor. Yes it's a sense of humor xa unemali. If you are broke uyinhlekisa usisibhanqa usisituchi so ibalowe bra ubone ndikhumbula this other time i-ex yam inthathile yanisa kuwaye ba and introducer pha ba mama this is my boyfriend uTsepiso wanjonga lo mama ba hi Tsepiso so mntanam wenza ntoni ndithi hayi ndiyahlekisa mama I'm a comedian athi ndithethe umsebenzi mntanam ndithi nguwo lo wanika la look ba anisazi sisibhanqa ndisiphathe lapha endlini nami namhlanje kwadlula 2 days wandifonela ubaby wathi baby ayisebenzi leyo masiyeke which I think ngulamama lona wathi mntanam lahlala mfana uza kwenza inhlekisa like indaba yoba inhlekisa bra it's not nice nasepatini xa kwiparty because xa ndichileyo ndichila namajita endandifunda nawo iskila I don't chill with other comedians and kuba mnandi because solo because amajita nemali bona yasiphana comedians yabo so kuba mnandi invite girls kube grand fika igenge kukhethwe sivibe nomnana kube mnandi bahambe 2 days later umjita nifonele kuseyawutam la webu vibe nayo mfethu ethi yachazeka ngumjita lewe yakhe yecomedy uyagoyika lamnana mfethu uthi uzamenza inhlekisa nansi into edikayo ngoba icomedian akukho mnandi but eyona nto imnandi ngokungam nesijolo sam ngumntanami uSiyolise ndinentombi na 12 years like umntanami into yonke kum like she's very special and nayo yayazi loo nto ba uspecial wayazi loo nto esena 2 days ezelwe ndimbambile ndamxelela ba mntanam you are special uyinto yonke kum and wena awufani nabanye abantwana but apha ekukhuleni yabona uba uye wayilibala uSiyolise loo nto leyo because khumbula this other time unicele iracket yetennis kunye ne-hockey shoes nesihlangu zeballet ndaqomba uSiyolise ulibele mandimkhumbuze uba kaloku baby masingaboni iitshomi zizenza nesikolweni nawo ufuna uzenza wena awufani nabanye abantwana which was okay because she understood as ixesha lihamba yayibirthday yakhe ndamthatha sabheke emall kwaGrand biggest mistake ndayenzayo ndathi baby thatha yonke into oyifunayo hekuse ndazisola ba bendiyenzela ntoni loo nto leyo because I think wathatha ii-items for each and every syllable wathatha iracket lehockey wathatha isihlangu zeballet waphinda wathatha enye i-item waphinda wathatha enye i-item jonga wathi efika ekugqibeleni wabe sengiqomba uyithathe yonke ivinkili hayi ndaqomba hayi ayikho kaloku xa nje ndamjonga wandijonga ndathi mntanam ndiyakuthanda uspecial khumbula kaloku awungabe wena abanye abantwana masambe thuzi kule venkile saphuma bra wanilandela usiyolise kwabe kunzima nibe niqomba hey mntanam akaxolanga because ayikho loo nto le time imenzela yona, which is good because ziyenzeka izinto ezo. But hey akho nto ndiyoyika njengoba si-stepfather hey especially i-stepfather. So izintwana ezi ngoku zina 8, 9, 10 years zisile izinto ezi yo ukuxelela iindaba zakho uzazi ningavayipha nomama omntana nibe grand, but abantwana bona yes bazahlala bekukhumbuza ba kaloku awunguye tatam, and awuzokwazi nobaqeqesha ubumxelele ukuba awungaba abanye abantwana because bazawuphendula back ba awunguye nawe tatam. Hey kunzima esityolweni guys, but it's fine. Sonyamezela qhubekeke nesijolo, khangele ba ndizawudeyitha nabani kuthini kube mnandi. Thank you.